Polite inquiry, South Africa, India, day 2, Newlands. We're coming in day 2 because this is not going to go to day 5. So India are never going to win a test series in South Africa. Now the timing of this is curious. It's 4 minutes before stumps that this came in. So what? We believe India are going to collapse in day 3?
I mean, look, they might, but then there's absolutely no reason to believe that South Africa won't collapse too. I remember sitting here in early 2011 in that test match where the teams came in at 1-1. India had won a test in, was it Joburg or Durban? I think it was Durban. South Africa had pulled it back, or South Africa won, India pulled it back. And then we had the Jacques Kallis batting with a broken rib. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I did.
And we thought that was India's best chance to win a series in South Africa. But this is definitely better, right? They're here. It's a couple of runs away, right?
So that's the thing. The whole tone and theme of the series has been this is the weakest South African side. Therefore, that question that if they don't win now, they're never going to win. Because we assume next time South Africa are going to be better. And that's echoed by our next one, Mohammad Topu. Is this the weakest batting lineup for India touring South Africa? I'm glad he's brought that up. Because all the focus has been on a weak South African lineup. The weakest perhaps ever when India have gone there. And now suddenly we're talking about an Indian batting lineup that could actually be the weakest that they've had given the lack of form for a number of senior players.
I think we must point out that the batting conditions are really difficult.
They have
been throughout the series. It's tricky for everybody. I mean, we're hardly seeing 100.
Fair enough.
So 110 innings, South Africa haven't got 100. We're seeing a lot of players getting into 50, 60, 70. And then it just becomes a case of you're not going to get in for long periods of time on these surfaces. So I think we have to be a little bit careful before we label things the most ever.
Yeah. Vara, is Kohli's poor form keeping Rahane in the team? There's a lot of Rahane hate today, by the way. I'm guessing
That's unfortunate.
In day 2. But firstly, you're a hard man to please if you think Kohli's in poor form. He's not in great form. But even after day 1...
Isn't he averaging under 30 in the last couple of years?
Again, I'm bringing in the same point you brought in, right? Look at the sort of surfaces he's played on. There have been some tough ones. I'd still expect Kohli to be above an average of 30. But
surely.
Yeah, I mean, there was his home series against England where it wasn't easy to bat. But yeah, he should be averaging better. I don't think that's the reason Rahane is in the team. Rahane is in the team because Rajiv Narula asks this question. In the case of Ajinkya Rahane, can we safely say class is temporary while form is permanent?
So that's your answer for why he's in the team, right? You put it out there.
It's different rules for different players, which is the problem I'm going to have now. I want to see if Mayank gets a longer rope like this, or if... In fact, I put it the other way around. When someone's experienced, their rope should be shorter. When someone is starting off, you give them a long rope to see if they fit. Someone who's got 80 tests, you put him in not hoping he finds form, but he needs to hit the ground running. I would have been very curious if this was not an away South Africa series if India would have gone with Rahane. They were just so cautious here. They felt, we don't know what Shreyas Iyer is going to do, so let's just go with what we know, and that's Rahane. But I think
I don't think we can fault too much, actually. I think, throwing a young batter to the Wolves here in tough conditions, I don't know. I would have gone the way they went, honestly.
Rank them. Shami, Bumrah, Rabada. Go for it.
Oh, I think Bumrah in this match is number one for me, I think. Can we have a tie between Shami and Rabada?
Bumrah is hotter from start to finish in his spell. Rabada and Shami both get hot for periods and then doze off. So I'll give Bumrah gold. I'll give Rabada silver.
Okay.
And Shami just missed out on silver, so just give him a bronze. We're very happy with bronze in our part of the world. So, Darren, why is Babar Azam so overrated? Where's that come from? How random is that? Babar Azam.
Okay. Babar Azam. Babar Azam's been on our minds, hasn't he? Because we've been choosing our awards for 2021. And I'm not giving anything away here. I'm just mentioning that he is a name that has come up. But, I mean, is he overrated? Why is he overrated?
I'll just say that Babar Azam would walk into this Indian team.
Oh, hell, he definitely walked into the South African team.
He's walking into both teams here. Chandan and Narayan, both with a beauty for Maharaj. Chandan says, looking at the number of overs Keshav Maharaj has bowled in the series, is he playing as a specialist night watchman? Narayan says, is Keshav Maharaj the first player to be officially selected into the playing 11 as a night watchman? Poor Keshav.
I want to defend him here because I think everybody expected that Cape Town would be his test match. This is the venue. I know that the numbers said that this was actually the best venue for pace bowlers in the last, 3 years or 5 years? But if you go on anecdotal evidence, this is usually the venue where the ball tends to turn the most and where the spinners get the most out of it. So I guess we could argue about, did he or should he have played the first 2 test matches? But playing here, I think, is justified. And what a night watchman, even if he's been selected as a special night watchman. He's done the job, right?
Yeah, he looks like a number 3, to be honest. Looking at the number 3s on offer, and that's me being really harsh to both.
Maybe he looks like an opener, right?
Yeah.
Because I don't think South Africa really had one.
Let's be honest, though. Everyone, including people in South Africa, are surprised at how pitchers are playing. So no one could have predicted that your spinner would not be in the game as much as Ashwin and Maharaj both have not been. And it always happens in cricket. When you don't play a spinner, suddenly things happen on day 4, day 5. You need that spinner. So I feel I'm going to sympathize with both Maharaj and Ashwin selections. Prashant, why does India not use a night watchman like South Africa? That's interesting. India have used night watchmen before. Bumrah has come out and done a job in Australia. Ishan Sharma tends to be the preferred night watchman when he plays. But no, today, were you surprised Pujara came out when he did? Kohli came out when he did?
No, not really. They're not playing a night watchman because they trust their batters, because Virat Kohli believes in himself and Pujara scored some runs in the last match, right? That's why. What could be the other reason?
You know what I find funny though? Whenever someone is asked about this night watchman thing, the answer never reflects what's actually happened. There are times that they'll speak in press conferences and say, no, we believe in the batters taking responsibilities. And you will then find evidence of enough games where someone has been sent out as night watchman. I think it happened in Australia when Bumrah came out, and then sometime somebody in the Indian camp said, no, we don't believe in night watchman. I think it was Ravi. Rishabh. After this series, Rohit and Rahul to open, Mayank at 3 and Iyer and Gill at 5, your view. So he's basically got rid of Pujara, he's got rid of Rahane, and he's keeping Mayank in his team. And
I don't know, are you really going to get rid of Pujara? I don't want to get rid of him. Not yet.
You want to see more of Pujara? You haven't seen enough of Pujara, have you? 95 tests and counting. Let's just put it this way. If he gets big runs, he stays on. But I think it's not a bad idea, especially when India playing home tests next, to just give another bunch of players a run. You know what Pujara is about. The next time you have a big overseas challenge, it could be that deciding test in England. Take a call then, right? If someone's really making a case to be in your team, fine. But I don't mind seeing someone else in this team. And I love Pujara. I thank him for all his service. I'm not saying he's done, but I don't see someone else there. Hari, why hasn't any team opened with lower order batsmen in these kind of situations? In this case, send in Ashwin and Shardul and ask them to have a go. What's the harm? Radical?
No, this question, the answer is in the question. Keshav Maharaj has basically opened the batting. So one team has opened with lower order batters and it's worked out great. This is a wonderful idea.
So you send Rabada, you send Ashwin and Shardul to face Rabada with the new ball. Now, I don't think it's working. I don't think we're there yet. Maybe we will get there someday. 2 night watchmen to open the batting.
Not.
Or tactical genius, master strokes if it happens in white ball cricket. But it's not going to happen. They'll get their turn soon enough anyway with the sort of batting and bowling.
Exactly. Second new ball.
We'll see you at the end of the test, which will be on day, for those, 4, 5? 4. It's not going to be 5. See you then.